Hey, what's up you guys, AC Samurai here, back in another video. Today for you guys, I'm going to be talking about the crazy time when my friend's mom robbed me. Yeah, you guys heard me right. One of my friend's moms robbed me. A kid. Alright, let's get into this video where I'll explain it a bit more into detail. Alright, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Alright, I just want to apologize in case like I stutter or like there's little pieces where like I'm pretty new at this YouTube thing, and I'm sorry. I apologize if the quality is not very good of the mic. I basically have 0 subscribers right now, and I'm trying to post daily, and so I apologize. Alright, but let's get back to the video. Alright, as I said, my friend's mom robbed me. But we'll start at the beginning. My friend, he was a very rich kid, and whenever he was at school, he used to brag at how big his house was. Now, usually kids, they'll like estimate it and be like, oh yeah, it's super huge, it's ginormous, and like make it sound a lot better than it actually is. Making an overstatement, basically. But this kid, he said his house was huge. Saying his house was huge is an understatement. Like, it was ginormous. It was colossal. That thing was a castle. And he was like this is the first time a kid has ever said their house was big and they were underselling it. Like, usually they overdo it, but damn, this kid, like, it's huge. And his parents had that oil money. Like, the oil farmer money, they had that. They were rich, rich. And let me tell you, they had the stuff to show it. I mean, they had like paintings on paintings, and their house was freaking huge. And you could tell everything like cost a lot of money. They even had like, they had like maids and shit. And I was like, holy shit, man. And they had personal freaking cooks. Like, I was like, damn, my friend be living it up. And then I came up and he was like, and he had like pools and shit. He had like a gaming area. We had like a pool table, hockey stand. And it was like, holy shit, that thing was awesome, man. And the first place we went was the pool. Now, this was a sleepover, so it was me and a couple other friends. And I went on a condition from my parents, because my parents are very strict. They said I was not allowed to go outside of the house at nighttime. Like, we're allowed to leave the house, some of the time, but we had to be accompanied by an adult. Because we were still pretty young back then. And so we had to be accompanied by an adult. And it was fine, I guess. His mother always came with us. And his mother was being super kind to us. But my friend, the rich kid who was like living in the house, his mother, he was being super rude to his mom. He was like, go away, you freaking annoying. And it's like being just really annoying and very rude to his mom. And I was like, damn, man, how could you be so freaking rude to your mom? I never say this, of course. I'm, I would never, I don't have the guts or the flippin' balls to say that. Like, to be up and come into his house and be like, hey, man, you being freaking rude to your mom. Like, I was a small kid and I was being a big little bitch. And so I was not gonna say shit. And so I just let it happen. His mom was like, never shouted him. Was just like, oh, I'm sorry, honey, and walked away. She said sorry because he was being rude. Now that's how you know you come from a privileged house, bruh. I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him. In fact, we're still friends to this day. He was like going through like a phase of he's too cool for anybody, and he grew out of it pretty quickly, and he became a normal kid. And yeah, but you guys, we were a bunch of disobedient kids. We're like a bunch of little kids. His parents had a couple bikes in the back. And so after playing for a long time, we had a bedtime. It was like 10 p.m. And so 10 p.m. Came really quickly. Like time like flied super fast. It was like a snap of a finger and it was time to go to sleep. I guess time flies when you're having so much fun. Yeah, we're just gonna say that. So it was time for us to go to sleep. None of us wanted to sleep, but his parents forced us, and also they had butlers and maids, so they helped us to the beds. We all changed our pajamas and got ready to sleep, but you know, we were a bunch of dumb kids. His parents went to sleep, we didn't. His parents put on an alarm, but as long as you stayed low to the ground, the alarms wouldn't sense you. So we wanted to go out and explore the outside. I was like, hell no, I don't want to go out. And they were like, oh, well, you're just being a little girl. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm being a smart kid. They're like, no, you're not. You're just being a dumb girl. And they all making fun of me called chicken and buck, and just a little kid dumb shit. And there was like another kid with me that was like, yeah, we shouldn't do this. And eventually we were like, hey, everybody's going. Why not go with them? Now, guys, no one, please, no one do this. Do not think like how we were thinking. Like, that's a dumb way to think. If everybody's doing something, don't go and do it. If everybody's jumping off a bridge, please don't jump off. If everybody's sneaking out and doing something wrong, don't do it. No matter how tempting it is, do not do it. I was being a dumb kid, and I did it. And so, we planned on leaving, and we wanted to just, ride around, the neighborhood on the bikes. And so we sneak out, and he had a ginormous house, as I said. Now, this ginormous house was fun, but when you had to crawl on the floor, basically belly down, having such a big house is really a pain in the ass, especially because of how long it took. It took us almost 30 minutes just to get to the door because we had to crawl, and we crawled in a line. And there was this kid. I know he wasn't doing this on purpose, but it still was annoying. He was kicking me in the face with his shoe. And I can't wake up and be like, yo, stop it. And I can't like make much noise because his parents would wake up then. And so I just had to deal with it. I know he wasn't doing it on purpose, so I wasn't really mad, but it was still pretty freaking annoying. And so we managed to get to the bikes, we hop on, and we get ready to go. And we start paddling on the bikes, all of us. There were like 7 of us all together. So we started paddling on the bikes, we started going, it was fun, but we were supposed to stop after 10 minutes of moving. We carried on after 30 minutes on the bikes. Like, we were supposed to stop after 10 and go back. But they were like, come on, let's go more. And the further we got from the house, the more and more the neighborhood became worse. Now, my friend's neighborhood was a very safe neighborhood, but because we were riding further and further away from my friend's neighborhood, it became more and more dangerous. And there was like, it was kind of like a crack neighborhood. Then eventually we saw a car and was kind of follow it, and we saw like drunk people in a car, right? And they got out of the car and they were like, give me your brakes. Like, that like slurs in their words. Like, they weren't speaking properly. You could tell that they're not there. And so we were like, what? They're like, give me your brakes. And we were still riding on the bikes. And they started sprinting at us full speed. We're like, holy shit. And we kicked it into top gear and started like riding as fast as we could. Now these guys, I don't know what the flip they were on, but damn, they were freaking fast. They were coming at like Mach 6 and we were heading at like Mach 3. They caught up to us almost instantly. Thankfully, oh my god, thank freaking god. Like, one of my friends, he was like really good at riding bikes. He kicked that guy off of because he grabbed my bike. I was like, holy shit. And he was running with it. He was trying to stop it. I was like, fuck. And my friend, he was really good at bikes. He fell back, kicked him in the canards, the family jewels. He kicked him straight there, and then he let go, and he like fell onto the floor crying. He was just crying, and we were like, I kicked in top gear and I started pushing as fast as I can. We managed to get away from those guys, but it was so freaking annoying. Then they eventually ran up. We eventually like came into like a corner. I don't know why. It was like a sewer. I don't know why we went into the sewer. We went in and we hid. They caught up to us, but they didn't see we were hiding. We left our bikes out in the open. It was like $150 bike. They took it and left. They never bothered looking for us. They left. So like, shit, man. Now we have to go walk back. So after 10 minutes, we all came out and we started walking back. Then there was like a nice ass car. It was like a Range Rover. Like after 10 minutes of walking, there was like a nice ass car, a Range Rover. Pulled up. It was like there was a lady like wearing a hockey mask, and she was like, "Get in the fucking car." I was like, "Holy shit, man!" And it was like, we're like, "Get in the fucking car now." I don't know why. We all were like, okay. We all got into the car, and she's like, "Empty all your pockets. I'm gonna kidnap you." I'm like, "Oh shit, we're going to get kidnapped." And there was legit girls crying and shit. And so I was like, shit, man, how am I gonna get out of here? Now I realized she was wearing a seatbelt, right? So I took, like, there was like a little rope in the back. I took that rope and I strangled, like, I was just choking her. And she was like screaming, like, she stopped the car and was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god, am I gonna survive? And everyone else is just looking and staring at me. I was like, fucking help me, stop staring and help. And they started helping me, and then the person's like, stop, stop, stop. And then she took off her mask. And she was the rich kid's mom. The lady who was staying at our house. She realized that we left, and they took the bikes. So she followed us with the car, whilst we weren't realizing it. And then as soon as she saw the bikes got stolen, she immediately wanted to take us back and act like she was a kidnapper and try to kidnap us. So we were all relieved, but I felt bad. She called all our moms and told them to come pick us up. She wasn't mad at me, but she also wasn't happy with me. It was like, a mix. I can understand why she was angry with me. I did technically choke her, but still, it wasn't really my fault. It was more or less her fault. I mean, like, you tried to kidnap us. What did you expect? But the point is, the mom was trying to prove a point that we should have listened to her, and from now onwards, I'm never sneaking out with them. If you guys enjoyed this video, wait a minute, wait. The lesson from the story, please do not sneak out. And especially at nighttime, do not sneak out. And also don't go through dangerous neighborhoods. Especially alone. That's like the worst thing you can do. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, turn post notifications to all, so you guys never miss another video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.